Two heads are better than one. What does this phrase mean? You can eat faster with two heads. When you use more of your brain, you can be smarter. Always get advice from people who think like you. It's helpful to have a second opinion when working out a problem. When you have a particularly stubborn problem, it is a good idea to ask for the help or advice of a trusted friend. You'll have a better chance to solve the issue because two heads are better than one. If you turn a blind eye, you're doing this. What is it? You're telling the truth. You're keeping your eyes open and your mouth shut. You're pretending not to notice. You're trying not to be vain. Turning a blind eye means pretending not to notice something. Often this common phrase is used to indicate negligence or calloused indifference to a real problem that needs our attention. Real events can sometimes be more bizarre than imaginary ones. What common phrase conveys this? Truth is stranger than fiction. You can't handle the truth. Your unicorns aren't really all that impressive. It's a big fish tale. We can thank Mark Twain for the common phrase, truth is stranger than fiction, which refers to situations where our actual reality is much more bizarre than anything we can cook up in our imagination. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. What does this common travel phrase mean? You need to walk in someone else's shoes. All journeys must come to an end sometime. You need to start your journey by taking a single step. Going by land will keep you more grounded than traveling by boat. This common phrase, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, actually comes from a Chinese proverb that indicates that if you want to accomplish a feat, you have to make that first move. This common phrase means that you intend to avoid something completely. What is it? I wouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. I wouldn't let him pull the wool over your eyes. I wouldn't put that past her. The phrase, I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole, means that someone is planning on avoiding something altogether. It's used to refer to tricky social situations and toxic people. What does it mean when we say, chickens came home to roost? The bad things that you have done in the past will come back to haunt you. If you save your money, you'll see more of it in the future. Always follow animals on the trail. Teach a man to cook a chicken and he'll eat for his whole life. When the bad things that you've done in the past come back to haunt you, your chickens are coming home to roost. It's often used when the unpleasant past springs up out of nowhere. It's when you keep something a secret. What's the common phrase? Store it in the ocean. Keep it under your hat. Leave it by the side of the road. Whisper it only to those you must. Keeping something under your hat is keeping it secret. The origins of the phrase are a little murky. It most likely comes from a trick that medieval archers used to keep things safe during rainstorms. A different kettle of fish. What does this fun phrase mean? Fish that look delicious but are deadly. Someone that has plenty of fish to share. We need to take care of endangered oceanic animals. someone or something that is not like the rest. When we say, a different kettle of fish, we are using a folksy phrase to refer to someone or something that isn't like the rest. It's usually used as a cautionary phrase to tread lightly. What fruity phrase means that you're upsetting the status quo? You're upsetting the apple cart. You're polishing the peach. You're stomping around the blackberry patch. You're peeling the orange. Upsetting the apple cart refers to disturbing the status quo, or ushering in a new era of doing things. It can be used in both a negative and positive fashion depending on the context. This funky phrase refers to loving someone no matter what their flaws are. What is it? Plus their peg leg. Monsters included. Warts and all. Snores and sores. The phrase, a watched pot never boils, gets used often. What does it mean? When you're waiting for something to happen, it can seem to take forever. Cooking is a difficult and sometimes tedious task. Always use stainless steel pots so that your water boils properly. Water only boils at a specific temperature. This saying is often misinterpreted as one that means to watch your temper, but that's not the original meaning. Back in the 1700s, this phrase was coined as a way to express how long things will take if you're anticipating them. Leadership is often the root of an organization's failure. What common phrase expresses this? Sludge rolls downhill. A true leader understands their role. A fish rots from the head down. Find time to smell the flowers and your company will grow. The saying, a fish rots from the head down, is a colorful way to express that often dysfunction starts at the leadership level. It's often used to describe dysfunctional or toxic businesses.